Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Hey guys, welcome back to another issue of the Eagle Moss Presents Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. We're looking at issue 80 this time, and basically we're going to be doing, well, we're essentially what we did, I think in issue 78, maybe? Basically installing the brackets, vents, and the trim pieces, and I think we're actually going to be screwing the piece to the car, to the frame. Yes, we will be. And let's see, we've got some Monument Valley charge information, and let's see what else. Harry Carey Jr. Okay, and then the next part is the I guess it's the top part of the engine surround. I think there's other pieces that are kind of going to go down inside the engine. But that's going to happen later, and yeah. So, the first thing I want to do before I get started is move the car out of the way. It's so heavy. Oh gosh. And let's see here. The first thing I want to do is we got to get some DM screws first of all. So let's see here. Okay, the DM screws are in here. And I'm going to just take a DM screw. Actually, I've got some right here. I'm going to take a DM screw, and I'm going to actually tap out the 4 screw holes that are going to hold it into the body. And if you guys remember back to issue, I guess, 78, it was not the easiest thing to do. Actually, I'm going to try my large Phillips head and see if that one will work. I think it might be a little bit too big, but we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be too big. It took quite a while for me to tap that out. So I'm going to do that first, so I don't have to worry about doing it later. I'm going to time-lapse this bit, so enjoy the time-lapse, and I'll see you back when I'm done. Okay, so we're back, and I actually went back to my toolbox and I found like the perfect screwdriver, the perfect precision screwdriver for these DM screws. It does make for sore hands actually starting these holes, but I tell you what, I've got all 4 almost completely, to completely seat, and so that should make actually installing this onto the main frame a lot easier. So let's go back to, let's go back to page 1. Whoops. And we're going to go ahead and, it's already cut up. No, I didn't even cut this open yet. Oh, I also needed to file down the top of one of the holes, and I'm just going to check the others. This one, what did I just do with my file? Oh, here it is. This one could probably use a little bit of filing. I just want to make sure that these are flat against the frame when we install them, so there's no little bird edges or anything like that that is going to interfere with that seating up against the frame. So, all right, so that's done. All right, let's go ahead. I'm just gonna cut down there. We'll get all of our parts out. Okay, set that aside. Let's see, part 80G, which I think is this piece. Yep. Let's see, IP screws DMAP. Here we go. I'm going to try my new screwdriver and see how it does with the AP screws. This might actually do a little bit better than what my other ones do. Or it might not fit at all. I don't think that one will work either. Where's my little black screwdriver? Here it is. Yeah, sometimes the AP screws have a tighter thread, and other times they have not a thread, not a thread on the screw, but kind of like the thread or the, you know, the little cross for the Phillips head. Sometimes they're a little bit tighter, and sometimes they're a little bit wider, so they'll fit a larger screwdriver. So I don't know why that is, but it's just something to be aware of if you're not by now. I know that I've discussed it in the past. Alright, so there's the first one. 80H, which should be this one. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 2 more AP screws. Next we have the part number 8, looks like it's 80J, which is the light, little red light here. And this one actually looks a lot nicer than the one from the other issue. This one actually uses the IP screws. And so the IP screws are a little bit smaller. If I can get 2, no. I was hoping I could get 2 out of there, but it was not to be. And I don't want to over tighten the IP screws either, because I don't want to shatter that plastic. Looks like we'll be using an IP screw for the really tiny bit here, so I'm just gonna keep that last IP screw that came out. Okay. That one kind of stripped, so. But that's it there, installed. And last but not least, we've got the little plastic bit. Where did it go? Is it under? Aha. And it is keyed. So I think it goes in like this. Yep. All right. All right. So that part's done. Let's see, next we have to get RR5. So there's RR5. Let's get these RR4, RR2, RR3, and this is probably RR1, and it is. Okay, so what kind of screws? We need an AP screw for that. Where's my, here we go. And it's just one, which is going to go like this, I guess? Yes. And what I'm going to do, the screw goes in the rearmost hole, so I'm just going to kind of pop the screw through there and then rotate it. There we go. little more snug. Okay. Tad more. There we go. All right, so I'm going to need... So there's RR5. RR4. Which will go here, I think. And we'll be screwing into the rearmost hole right there. Okay. Nice and tight. All right, let's get our next AP screw. We're going to do RR3 and then RR2. RR3. And then that screws into the uppermost hole, so the little peg here will go on the bottom. And this one might be a little bit more of a challenge because of its position. So I'm going to put the screw in first. Peg in the hole. And we'll screw that down. Okay. And then RR2. Get another, whoops. Get another AP screw out here. This also screws into the upper hole. So got RR2 right there. Come on now. Okay. And let's see, last RR1. So now we need an LP screw. So we just have 2 of those, which means we're only going to use 1 of them. All right. And my new screwdriver, which is really not new, it's pretty old actually. So let's see, we've got the vent piece here, RR1. The peg is going to go on the outer hole. It's kind of difficult to see because everything's black. There we go. Okay. Let's see, that's pretty good. And then let's see, let's see, LP. So that was the LP. Yep. Okay, my IP screws can go over here. We need 2 more AP screws. And then I think we're ready to go for install of the body panel. Okay, so this is going to go with the little bracket there on the lower side. So it's just going to seat right in there. Okay. All right, so it's done. We got a couple other little holes. This will probably be, I don't know, some additional wiring. It's going to come much later. All right, next up, identify where we're going to install the panel. There goes the panel. And we've got 3 DM screws. Now, should be pretty self-explanatory. I'm actually just going to put some paper towel down here. I can throw that away. Put the paper towel down in order to protect the surface here. And I think I need a piece of electrical tape. Oh, no, I don't. It's right here. I just want to make sure that the door doesn't flop open. When I turn it upside down, I think the hood is going to come down, though. So, uh-oh. Totally wrong position. And I've had a couple people ask about, have I figured out how, like, why my hood is a little bit wonky? I have not, though probably later this week, I'm going to mess around with that. And if I do figure it out, I will definitely let you guys know, and I'm going to make a video on it. And, you know, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys what I did to fix that problem. That looks way wonky right there. But I don't know, maybe once we get it all screwed in, it'll be perfect. So I'm going to kind of turn this around so I can access where the screws are going to screw into. So there's 2 here, 1 there, and I think the other one is up here. All right, so we've got DM screws. I've got my screwdriver here, and these screws should just tighten right down. So hopefully I've got the right holes here. Actually, I think if I go this one first. Okay. Yikes. My hands are getting a little bit sweaty here. Let's try this screwdriver. Or even big red here. I think that one's in as good as it's going to go. And that one's in really good too. Okay. So we've got 2 more here, and actually I should take this off. It's not supposed to be on here anyway. I just was like, I want to screw that on to see what it kind of looks like. All right. But definitely tap the screws first. It'll just make life 378 times easier. Except for right now. Going in really good. This first one that I tapped, I think, was the one that I didn't tap quite as good as the others. Let's see if I can kind of set that there. really wish that this screwdriver, the tip on it might be getting, I mean, this is like hardened steel here. And it's, I mean, that's how hard these screws can be to actually get seated. Whoops. Because we don't really have like one screwdriver. I mean, it's even damaging the tip on this. We don't really have like one screwdriver that is perfect for some of these. Now, come on, man, stay up there. Sometimes you need to have two pieces of tape to hold the doors closed. Well, it seems like it's on there pretty tight, like it's not going to be going anywhere. I think if I lift this up and screw in from the bottom, yeah, I get much better access to that there. But this one right here, this one's kind of the hard one. I'll be right back. I wanted to try one more screwdriver. It's like this little crappy screwdriver that I got years ago. It came with something, and I always thought it was a terrible screwdriver, but every once in a while it perfectly fits, and it's actually doing really well on this screw here. My hands are kind of sweaty, they're sore from screwing these panels in. And let's see if we can tighten this front one up. No, that one's good. Okay, so watch that front hood there. So we basically have a DeLorean, and oh my gosh, this thing is so heavy. But okay, now that I have it all screwed down, it actually looks fine. And then even if I put the back on, oh, that looks so awesome. So we basically have the shell of a DeLorean here, guys. Absolutely awesome. Let's see here. But yeah, right up here, my hood is still not seating down all the way properly as I would want. And it seemed like when I took the trunk out, like it seated down here absolutely perfectly. So I don't know, maybe I don't have something screwed in properly here, or maybe I have something too tight. It could be like this little screw up here isn't in tight enough. There's just a bunch of different things that I kind of need to experiment with that is making my life miserable at the moment. This door, well, if I close the door all the way, it's pretty good. Yep, like that. But I think I have a piece of electrical tape like in between the door and the frame, so that might be what's causing that. So that's it, guys. That is looking awesome. Watch out, door mirrors there. And again, in the next issue, we're gonna have, let's see, we're gonna have this, doesn't really look like there's too much, 2 screws, a couple little gratings or radiators or something in these boxes. So I don't think there's going to be too much to do in the next issue. But we'll see you back then for issue 81. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me once again as I tackle the Eagle Moss Presents Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. As always, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know how I am doing, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe for this and many more videos. I'm Brad M73. I'm going to clean up my mess, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.